Great news! DxO PureRAW2 now supports OM-1 files. You need to update your software to version 2.1.0 and then everything is okay. This is great because DxO Deep Prime has been my favorite way of reducing noise from high ISO images. Let's look how good it is. Hi, it's Peter here, and we have to start with a disclaimer. This software is mine. I bought it. I've used it since it was launched. I bought it then because it is so good. So DxO has nothing to do with this video. However, I do have affiliate links if you want to buy the software. You can find the links in the description down below. DxO PureRAW2 works as a standalone software or as a plugin to Lightroom. I normally use Lightroom plugin, but for this one I used this standalone software. The results are the same. In Lightroom you can find it from plugin extras. It will process the image in the background and it imports the image automatically to your database. Very handy. For some reason now it took a little while before it imported back to the database. But it did, so it's a very, very handy tool. This is the best way to use it. If you are using Lightroom Classic, then I recommend using it straight from Lightroom because it does it in the background and you can continue using Lightroom while it's doing its magic. Even though it doesn't not take that long. Most of my images it took less than 10 seconds, so DxO PureRAW2 is quite fast even as a plugin. Before we look at the results, let's look at the options you have when you are processing the image. There are three methods to reduce noise: high quality, prime and deep prime. For lower ISOs, the high quality and prime are totally okay. When you have high ISOs like 25,600, then deep prime is the way to go. Then you have the option to use optical corrections, and this is the strong point of DxO's noise reduction and DxO software in general. They have modules for almost every combination between camera and the lens, so it's based on the combination that you have shot the image with, and that's why it's the best in my opinion in many ways, especially in lens corrections, and that way also with the noise reduction. A global lens sharpening is something you might want to test off too. Sometimes there is some over sharpening, it depends on the image. And here is a difference between these two. And as you can see, there isn't much of a difference. So in this particular image, I could not find any big differences. So it didn't really matter if it's on or off. But as I said, you might want to test this option and see which works best for you. Lens distortion corrections I have always on. As I said, this is the strong point of DxO software. The output format is either JPEG or DNG. And then you can choose the destination folder and some naming options too, which, where you can choose how you name your files that have come out of noise reduction. And then the results. As you see from here, the results are exactly the same as you have from Photoshop 5 because they use the same noise reduction algorithm or software or whatever that's called. So it doesn't really matter which one you use when you are reducing noise, DxO Photoshop 5 or DxO PureRAW2. I choose PureRAW2 because it's so good with Lightroom. It's faster. I'm so used to using Lightroom, and if something is plugin in a Lightroom, I usually use it that way because it's just something that I'm used to. I'm a lot faster editing images with Lightroom because I'm so used to it. Photoshop 5 is a very good image editing software, so if you use that, then you do not need PureRAW2 at all. I do have an affiliate link, like I said. You can find it in the description down below. And these two videos have more examples how good DxO's Deep Prime is. So you might want to watch those next. But hey, thanks for watching and bye for now.